What's going on, everybody? That's right, it's me, Willie Friday, aka The Catalyst, here with another inspirational and motivational speech. And I want to talk about fear loves company. We've heard it said before and often that misery loves company. Somebody's miserable and they want somebody else to be miserable with them. So we understand this analogy that nobody wants to be in their emotions by themselves. In that same analogy, in that same format, with that same understanding, we have to understand that fear loves the same company that misery does. In fact, I would say fear needs company because if you're the only person scared of something, then you look like a fool. You need an audience, you need followers, you need brothers and sisters in your fear faith, and you need people that are gonna, back up and legitimize, the fear and the frustration and the terror that's going on in your mind and your heart. Let's look at it like this. If a little itty bitty small dog, a little white, little fluffy, little brown, little fluffy dog, walks into the room, and you're the only person that jumps up and goes, "Oh my God, I'm scared! Oh no, no, it's a dog!" And everybody else is looking at you like you're scared of Snowball. You're scared of Fluffy. Then you feel foolish. You feel like you're making a mountain out of a molehill. But if same analogy, the little small dog walks into the room and everybody runs to the other side. Oh my God, that's Fluffy. That's the ankle biter. That's the one who will bite you. Then you feel legitimized. You feel like you're in company. You feel like you're not making a fool out of yourself. You feel like what you're being afraid of is okay. So don't be frustrated, confused. Don't be distracted when someone comes around and they're scared of something and they need to try to recruit you to be afraid of the same thing as well. Don't find this confusing or frustrating. Don't find this weird. Know that they don't want you to be afraid. They need you to be afraid. They need somebody else to be able to say, it's okay for me to be scared too now. It's okay for me to be afraid and terrified because Willie is scared of it just like I'm scared of it. Willie's scared of the dark just like I'm scared of it. And that's the first point I wanted to make. Don't be confused or distracted when someone wants to make you scared of something. It's not necessarily because they think that you are weaker or because they want you to be. It's they need to. They need to feel security in their heart. But the second point I want to make is just like you give them power if you're afraid, you also give them hope if you're not. It's like oxygen being given to a fire and bringing it up higher and more intense. Or it's like a gust of wind that takes away that oxygen and snuffs out that fire. Fear is a disease. It will infect you if you let it. Fear is a disease. Fear loves company. It needs you to be in its company. And when you choose not to be afraid, when you choose to say, you know what, the danger is real, and I'm going to be cautious, but the fear is fabricated, and I won't be afraid. When you choose to say those words, when you choose to have that stance, you take away a little bit of the oxygen of the fear. Because when you're afraid of something, you can't do research on it. When you're afraid of something, you can't make a strategy on how to defeat it. When you're afraid of something, you're not going to think clearly. When you're afraid of something, you panic. When you panic, you make mistakes. So you have to choose what you're going to allow to infect you. When someone comes to me and tries to infect me with their fear, I infect them with hope. First thing I tell them, yeah, the danger is real. What you're scared of, you have legitimate. You're legitimate to be scared of this entity, of this thing that they have built up, of this monster. The danger is real, but the fear is fabricated. So yeah, you're legitimized for preparing for it, but to cower before it, to allow it to paralyze you. You're giving an example to everyone who looks at you that they can do the same thing. If you cower, if you paralyze, if you choose to let it stop you and hold you in a position of submission, then everyone who looks up to you, everyone who says that that's my hero, that's my example of leadership, they're going to be paralyzed. They're going to be put into a position of submission. They're going to let it stop them from their goals. When someone tries to infect you with lies, you infect them with the truth. We've never been through nothing like this before. We've never seen anything like this before. Yes, we have. We have seen things like this before. Those who do not know the past are doomed to repeat it. We've seen things like this before, and we've overcome things like this before, and we will overcome this. We will find a way to press forward. So remember out there, guys, fear loves company. So does hope, and so does truth. And you get to decide what emotion, what state of mind is going to infect your being. As always, guys, endure, believe, and rise.